Alright, today we're going to go over how to change the oil in a 2024 Beta 300RR Race Edition. Alright, first thing we're going to do is take off the skid plate. This isn't necessary, it's just one of the things that I like to do. So I'm either going to take this 8mm nut driver or this 8mm T-handle and take off the bolt right there and one underneath. And with the Beta, it's real simple because it goes right into the frame. It doesn't go on like little clips or anything, so they make it real easy. So let's do that right now. All right, this is exactly why I'm cleaning this skid plate and taking the skid plate off. How much stuff gets underneath there and stuck in there. And it's just hard to clean with the pressure washer, so we're just gonna clean all that out. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this oil fill cap and then the oil exit bolt right here at the bottom. So I can undo this oil fill cap here. Beta makes them real nice as they have like a nice strong O-ring that goes on there, so they're a little harder to get off, so you won't really ever have it be knocked off. The next thing, this bolt right here is a 13mm, and I'm gonna start to loosen this, and then I'm gonna tip the bike towards me because the kickstand is on the other side, so it doesn't really allow for the bike to let the oil drain all out. So that's still fairly okay coloring. It's a little darker than I would have liked it. Thing with these Betas is there's no transmission oil in here, so it's just all engine transmission one unit. So with that, you get a lot of clutch debris from the clutch plates, and that's why we like to run our oil, with these bikes. First change was about after our first couple rides, and then our second change, would be every couple hours or so. And you can see on this, like, you can see a little bit of metallic. That's nothing bad. All this is just clutch debris. That's all that really is. All right, so now we can talk a little bit about this Beta bolt. It's kind of hard to see from there. This bolt is for the oil exit, or like the oil drain. It's got a little magnetic end to it, and that's really nice because, say, like the clutch fibers and your engine's going to create some debris. It's never going to be 100% perfect, so that does kind of collect some. With your bike, you do get this Liqui Moly 10W50. And this will probably last you 1.5 oil changes. So what you can go on Amazon and order yourself is this 4 liter, I believe. Yeah, 4 liter, 1 quart. That'll last you quite a bit longer than this one will. This is about $60. These are about $25 on Amazon. As well as this, you can buy the 2-stroke oil, which is for your gas. 4-stroke oil is fine for the bottom end and the engine, but when you do premix, you're gonna want to do 2-stroke oil in your premix. And eventually I'd like to make a video on how to premix your bike. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of these cups here, so the ratio cups. You can use these for mixing gas. You can also use them for putting oil in your bike. So we're gonna put 800, Beta recommends 800 milliliters of oil in the engine. You'll see people put 850 in. 850 is the number you should put in after an engine rebuild. So with regular maintenance, you're gonna want to put 800 in. I've seen it's a big discussion on the forums about Beta. 750 to 800 to 850. Just put 800 in. It's gonna be your best results. After 850, you put any more in that, you will have a bunch of blow-by in your engine. That's not what we want. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 800 in. All right, this is 500 milliliters of oil, and we're gonna take this funnel and we're gonna dump it into back into the engine. I have already put back on the oil exit, the oil drain bolt. I couldn't think of what it's called. So this is 500. I don't have a bigger cup here, so we're going to do 500 and then 300. So I'm going to dump this in here real nice and slow so I don't overfill the funnel and I don't overfill the engine. And what I mean by that is it comes out real slow. So what we don't want to do is have it, land on the clutch plates and then kind of build up real quick and then kind of come out the... So we're going to fill this back up with 300, and I'm going to do that right now. All right, here's the rest of the 300. We're going to put that back in, again, real slow. Make sure it's not dumping out everywhere. The more you put in, the more likely it is to overflow, just based on the amount of oil that's already in there. So once we fill the rest of this up, what we're going to want to do is put the cap back on. I'm going to put on the skid plate, clean that up, put it on the skid plate. Then we're going to want to run the bike a little bit, get that oil moving around, not too aggressive on the throttle, on the engine, just to try to get that oil nice and moving around the engine. All right, so off camera, what I did was I put on the cap, I cleaned the skid plate. What I'm trying different now is I'm gonna try using this SC1 underneath there to try to keep the mud and debris off there. Also, you get a lot of, with these two strokes, you get a lot of that excess grit and oil that comes out of the overflow. So what I've done is I put some of this SC1 on the inside of that as well to try to, let that mud just slide off there instead of just sticking down there. So now everything, is done. We put everything away. All we're going to want to do is start the bike and let it warm up for a little bit, and then you're ready to rip on your next ride.